Welcome AutoCAD students. In this video, I am going to go through the typical setup of a set of construction documents. This is a set of drawings that I got on the internet, and they are incomplete, but typically you can expect to find drawings in different levels of completeness. So the first time you're issuing drawings for a project, you might be issuing what's called schematic drawings, and you may have just kind of an overall layout of the building, some preliminary information, and then from there you might have a design development package, a 50% construction document submission, all the way until you have your final drawings. Typically, a set of drawings has a cover page, and that cover page is going to give information about the project, the location, likely who is the design architect and engineer. You can see here that this is blank. Typically, it will have an index sheet, and it may have a little bit of information about the project itself. Here is the title block on the right-hand side, and in the title block, you'll see it has the information about the architect, that it was issued. It will have the project name, and often it has the project location as well. And then in the bottom right-hand corner is the sheet number, and typically sheet numbers start with the person who created the sheet by discipline. So here we have an A, so that's in for architects. Whereas mechanicals, their sheets would start with an M, electrical would start with an E. And typically, we like to have a sheet number that allows further additions. So this is a 0.0. So if we decided later that we wanted to add another cover sheet or second page, we can make it 0.1. Again, here we have some project data. Where is it located? What is the use? Again, general description, construction type, occupancy type, and things like that. You might also have some symbols and legends, abbreviations. There are a lot of abbreviations, and so any abbreviations you put on your drawings, you will want to provide a key for that. And then some CYA notes. So cover your assets notes, where essentially you say anything that you want to disclaim. You know, the architect here is saying, I'm not responsible for the structural members. I'm not responsible for electrical or mechanical. If you are a structural engineer, you might say the same, except for you might say, I'm not responsible for mechanical or electrical. I'm not responsible for layout, things like that. Okay, so that's our very first cover sheet. And so now we'll go to the next sheet. And here you can see we go to A1.1. And typically the next set of sheets that you would expect to see are floor plans. And on these floor plans, you're going to want to include a scale. So essentially, for every quarter inch shown on here, it equals a foot. And most times you'll want to have a north arrow. Again, these drawings are not complete, or perhaps they're for multiple structures. And so here you have your floor plan. You're going to want to have your dimensions, label some key things, and this title block stays the same on every sheet. So here you have a floor plan. We've got a roof plan. So we're essentially just looking right down on the roof, and it's giving us information about pitches and overhangs and things like that. And then on this drawing, they have also captured some elevations. So an elevation is a view from the outside, and you can see here this number 1 elevation corresponds to this side. This elevation here is looking this way. Elevation 4 is the one looking right here. And the elevation is going to show us the exterior of the building. So moving on, often we'll want to cut a section. So essentially we're going to cut a slice right through this building so that we can see inside. And what we couldn't see from outside is we couldn't see the foundations, we couldn't see the roof structure or the floor structure. We couldn't see that there was a crawl space, and you can see here this architect is providing several sections, cutting in different locations of the building. And typically you'll want to have one section, at least one section going north-south, and you'll want to have one section going east-west. Okay, so here we're moving on to, we're on A 4.0. So often you'll find architects will start naming their plans in the 1 series, and maybe their elevations are in the 2 series, and then maybe their sections are in the 3 series. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner. And now we've got into the 4 series, which is giving us some schedules of our doors and some details here that are close-up views of the head of our threshold, our door, and our window, and we have some schedules, things like that. And then I am going to skip ahead. I also have a bunch of details for the roof framing and a typical wall section. So you'll hear me say section, and here you can see the foundations and the roof framing and the floor. So let me skip ahead till we get to the structural drawings. So our focus will be on the structure. We're not architects, and while we use their drawings, we typically are going to let the architects decide the size of the building, the shape, the finishes, and things like that. And the structural engineer is going to figure out how to make it stand up. And we're going to give enough information on the structure so that it can be built. And then a civil engineer would give information on grading and things like that. I think I have a grading plan here, or a lot plan. So the civil engineer would give information on the lot, where the building sits. Here you have some USGS elevations that are tied to locating the lot itself. North arrow, here you see the scale is much larger so that you can fit. And looks like Vista Engineering Corporation did this drawing. And so here is their foundation drawing. And so this foundation drawing will correlate to the floor plan of the architect, but it will show all of the foundations that are associated with the floor plan. And it also includes any interior columns and caissons. And those are all some terminology that I have another video on, and another set of PDFs that you'll be expected to know what a footing is, what a foundation wall is, and what a caisson is. Here we go to, actually we have a couple foundation plans. I think we've got maybe 2 structures. So a couple foundation drawings. We don't have a floor plan, we don't have a roof plan, and the engineer has not provided a cover sheet, which is okay. But they have provided some important information about structure itself, about what the loadings are, and we're going to put those together on our cover sheet. What is the code we're using? What is the foundation? What are the general requirements that we're conforming to? So take a few minutes and look through the drawings and see if you can get an understanding of how typical drawings are put together. Typically in a drawing set, you would see architectural first, maybe then civil, structural, then mechanical and electrical. Sometimes you'll see different orders. those drawings, but again, we're going to use traditional structural and civil drawings in this course. Thanks.